Good evening, everyone. Welcome to North Miami Commission for Women Board Meeting. I am Chairwoman Naomi Esther Blumier. Today is June 18th, 2024. The time now is 7:01. I call this meeting to order.
Dr. Marie Etienne. Dr. Emmanuel Florima. Dr. Naomi
Present.
Demir.
Present.
Dr. Magda Demerit.
Present.
Ms. Rose Gampier.
Present.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
At this time, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Led by we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Madame Rose Gampier. At this time, we are going to go into amendments to the agenda. Are there any?
No, none. No amendments to the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Filippo. We are going to move very quickly with special presentations. We will move that towards the end, and we're going to go into new discussions. At this time, we call on Dr. Emmanuela Florimont for a summary debrief of the second annual Women Health and Wellness Conference, which took place during the first week of June. Dr. Emmanuela?
Good evening, everyone. I would love to take the moment to thank everybody that, take the time to help during this event, especially Katia and Dr. Adeleka. She was working tirelessly to make sure she sent all the emails, everything that you asked her. She did the best. So thank you so much. You were very helpful. And then I would like to now thank the board members that take the time to their busy schedule to help also. Thank you so much. I know it's our event, but at least you can say you cannot make it, but you did, you made it. So thank you so much. Would like to thank our sponsors. Global Innovative Foundation donated a basket for the raffle. Norisa, she donated a raffle to University of Miami, MJD Wellness and Community Center, the decor company, the photographers, the live streaming, and the speakers who were part of this event. I would like to thank them. We had 80 people that participated, 80 registered. No, but they were not registered, but they come the day of the event and they make the event like a successful event. And the speakers were great. The decor was very good. And then we spent money. The event cost about $20,000. So I was able to raise most of the money. So the money that's come out of the Women Commission was only $2,763.75 because Madam Chair added more chairs to the chairs because we were preparing for 65 and we had 80 people, so we had to have more chairs and the room. And then everything was good. But we started a little bit late, not because we were not ready. It's because we have one of our speakers, she was not feeling well. So that's give us a delay, like 30 minutes. But we finished on time. That was the good point. The objective of the conference, according to the sponsor, like MJD and University of Miami, was met, but not 100% because 80%. So if we're 80%, so that's mean we made it. So next year, if we're collaborating again with those company, we have to make it 100% because their objective is the wellness, is the HIV and sexual transmission STDs, to educate people about it. We had more stuff added to it, but when the time for the speaker, the HIV speaker, take the podium, her time was not fully completed. That was the only problem, but otherwise everything was good on my hand. So I don't know if one of the commissioners have something to say. So for next year when we're doing it, so we can make corrections. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're very welcome. Thank you so very much, Dr. Emanuela, for this debrief. At this time, we're going to go to Dr. Etienne. Would you like to give any input concerning the second annual Women Health and Wellness Conference?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I would like to echo the sentiments of Dr. Flermont, and Dr. Demerit, who were the co-organizers, I should call co-planners, to put this into fruition. Yes, the event was successful, and I would like for us to especially thank MJD Wellness Community Center for their collaboration, and ATCE, and from University of Miami, all the partners who have collaborated. I think it was a win-win for the attendees. We had great panelists, great keynote speaker, and of course, we had an opportunity to showcase the work that we have done as a commission for the past 2 years. We were able to share that with the public, and hopefully we will have an opportunity to show it at some point in one of our meetings. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Dr. Etienne. At this time, we will come down to Dr. Magda. Any input for the conference?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I thought it was a great conference. To add on, yes, I think the women there benefited a lot. I had a great time. I was matching. My outfit just matched with the room. It wasn't planned, but I'm just great like that. But no, I think it was a great event. I think for me, the only feedback I think that I would give is definitely more intentional effort in planning, regularly meeting to make sure we're planning and making sure that things aren't, being left to the last minute, so that everyone can get paid and we can have a smooth event. But other than that, I think it came together very nicely, and I think the participants really enjoyed themselves and had a good time.
And you had a good time too. As a great MC you are.
No, shout out to
Dr. Plimpton.
Yes.
But
oh my goodness.
you were just doing a great job.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
At this time, we will hear words from Rose Grandpierre.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I will echo all of you by saying that it was a great event. Of course, we would have expected to see more people coming up. Hopefully next year they will show up. By the live stream that we had, we had a great exposure, I believe. So therefore, next year, all of you are listening to this meeting, you will save the date so that you come fully to participate. I have to give a shout out to Dr. Demerit and Dr. Fleurimond, because they were the two to start all the planning from start to finish. So congratulations, ladies, you did it. Of course, we appreciated the presence of the Vice Mayor, Vice Mayor Marie-Estime Mervin, who, due to her busy schedule, and despite, let's say, her busy schedule, she found some time to come and participate with us. We appreciated that. Of course, shout out to Katia, and also to Fayula, and everybody else, definitely. We understand that the budget was very heavy. The event, our participation was probably a little bit meager compared to the entire budget, but we understand the planning, etc. So we take this as an example for next year in order to correct whatever needs to be corrected. And I agreed also, and I shared with you that the funds that we raised, it was a little bit small as well. However, we understand the participation and how it planned, and I pledge to add a little bit to whatever we had. So
Yes.
so therefore, in a nutshell, in summary, it was great, and we look forward to the next one next year, better plan, definitely, and we hope to get more sponsors and more participation. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, commissioners, for your feedback. I'm going to keep mine very brief. Thank you so very much to Dr. Fleurimont and Dr. Magda, who did a phenomenal job putting it together. We know that we could not have done this without the support and the presence of Katia Filippo and Dr. Fayula, who worked tirelessly and to do as much as possible within a small period of time to deliver. And so we're just so thankful for your services. I think my highlight of the event was definitely Dr. Sandra Anderson, who truly, truly broke down what I believe is a legacy pattern and what we can do as women to ensure that we are not only well, but we are ensuring that our children and our grandchildren grow up to be solid adults and successful adults, and that they can pass on the legacy. And this My Story panel is just really turning out to be something extraordinary. Although I believe I knew half of the panel, but I don't believe I understood their story and the significance of their story, where they come from, why they're passionate about the things that they are passionate about, and why they serve the way that they serve. So all in all, I think this was just phenomenal, and the essence of it, the weight of it, I truly believe we delivered 100%. And so thank you so very much, Dr. Fleurimont, for spearheading this initiative, and Dr. Magda Demarit for supporting. At this time, we are going to,
Madam Chair,
before we close, I just would like, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We would be remiss if we didn't send a shout out to Scott Calvin. For yes,
And-
he showed up and he delivered a short speech, and among the women, it was really well appreciated. Thank you.
Excellent. We're not done yet. I want to give you back a chance to tell us what is outstanding, so that we can make sure that we cover that.
Oh, no, we would like to, that information stays in the record, that day we raised $400 due to the basket. Global Innovative donated one, Norisa donated, I think, 3 or 4, MJD donated 2, and then we was able to raise that $400. So we have one of the board members, she said she will match that amount. So that money, Norisa has it. So when Norisa comes, so she will give more details about it.
So on the record, we want to say thank you to Madame Woods-Grampier, who is going to match the $400 that was raised during the conference. And so we now have a total of $800 in the bank. Great job, ladies, and thank you so very much, Woods-Grampier, for not only serving, but believing in the vision to invest in it. Thank you so very much for that.
Madam
At this
Chair,
time, we're going to
Madam
go
Chair,
back to...
if I may.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just recall that, I just remember that I didn't say publicly thank you to all of you for surprising me with special awards of recognition for being the chairwoman for the past 2 years. And I just wanted the record to reflect that I do appreciate it. It was a surprise, and it was just overwhelming, but thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. At this time, we're going to bring it back to Dr. Florimont. Can you please tell us what is the balance due to, what is the balance due at this time?
The balance due of this time, the total is 2,763.75. Details of this balance. Decor, it's 1,975 because we added more chairs because we have more attenders. The awards, it's 288.75 because they did a discount for us when we talk. We said we don't have money in the budget, and awards, Gravy Awards. She said, okay, I'm gonna do a 50% discount of the awards. So she did 50% of the awards, and MJD pay for the keynote speaker awards. So that money doesn't come out of our account. So the total is 288.75. The photographer was $1,200, but MJD paid $1,000, and then the Women Commission paid only $200. The DJ was $300, and David, which is the our great trainer, he didn't ask for money. I called him to see if we have to pay him, but he didn't return the call. But for that, it's not on the agenda. I would like to ask if you give me opportunity.
Yes, so on the record, the last meeting, I did share that there was a request. I do not have it in front of me right now, but it is about $100 and something. We will ensure that we get that number to Madam Filippo. So we have on the record that the Commission for Women now has a balance due of $2,763.75, and we will add the cost for the fitness coach
Yes.
from Kingdom Performance of $100 and something to that, and those are currently that is what is due. Anything else, Dr. Emanuela?
No, on the economic part, that's all. And
Excellent.
yeah, that's all.
Okay,
And I think next meeting I will come up with it, because since it's very good with us, he did a lot of, and then what he's doing, I see that on myself. If it's something that we can consider to have him in our, the Women Commission and our wellness program, since we do it 2 years, so now we can claim we have a wellness program, having come at least once a month to have wellness, the exercise with the women in the city. So if it's something you would consider. It's already in the agenda? Okay, so.
wonderful.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so very much, Dr. Florimont. So we're going to move very quickly.
The Armed Force.
So let the record show that we have a total due of $2,763.75 plus the additional payment owed to Kingdom Performance of $100 and something, which we will get that specific number to Madam Filippo. Moving right ahead, we are at this time going to ask Madam Filippo to please share the recommendation from the staff for training and development on creating and submitting government policies.
Good evening, Commission. I'm still not used to this. So I did speak with a few staff members and also some members of the community within a certain deadline. I did receive 2 names. One of them, which I'm still finalizing the confirmation of their contact, but I was told they assisted when it came to working with agencies and organizations such as the CRA not just at the city, but I think at other municipalities. His name is Kevin Greiner, so that's one of the names. And again, I'm still pending that contact information. One of the other individuals that came to mind in participating, in attending the meeting, last meeting when we discussed this, was Ms. Katia St. Fleur, as someone who not only, and I did actually speak with her and express the, what we were looking for. And so the reason that person came to mind is because not only was this person working in the capacity of with an elected official, in a capacity of public service, but also in the perspective as an elected official. And so I thought that would probably be a good perspective on that part. So those are the two that we have, which I thought were pretty good, but I can still consider to look for more if that is the direction of the commission.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. We're going to move quickly to new discussions number 4. Proposal establishing a ceremonial Hall of Fame for women who have contributed to North Miami's history and have contributed to the fabric of North Miami. I know that several of us attended the Miami-Dade Wall of Fame, and it was a beautiful ceremony where women in Miami-Dade were acknowledged for the work, the body of work that they have done throughout the years and how they've contributed to what we now know as Miami-Dade County. I think this would be a great initiative for us to establish. Number one, it will be recognizing the contributions. It honors women who have made significant contributions to North Miami over its 90-year history. This recognition highlights their achievements and acknowledges their impact on the community. I think it would be very inspirational and a sort of role modeling. It provides role models for current and future generations, showcasing the diverse achievements of women in various fields such as education, business, community service, and even politics. This can inspire young women and girls to aspire to greatness and contribute positively to their community. I think it's also a preservation of history, and I saw that displayed in Miami-Dade County. It helps preserve the history of North Miami by documenting the accomplishments of these women. This ensures that their legacies are remembered and celebrated for years to come. I do believe it will also foster community engagement and pride. Establishing a Hall of Fame for women fosters community pride and engagement. It creates a sense of unity and appreciation among residents as they celebrate the achievements of their fellow female community members. I believe that in one of the city meetings, there was a resident that was so happy about what we were doing during Women's History Month and so happy about the reception that we had in the vestibule, and she stated openly, we should not only do this during Women's History Month, we should create a culture of celebrating women. And I 100% agree with that. Last but not least, I think that it will promote diversity and inclusion by recognizing women from diverse backgrounds and fields. The Hall of Fame promotes diversity and inclusion within the community. It demonstrates the value of diverse perspectives and contributions to the growth and success of North Miami. Overall, establishing a Hall of Fame for women in North Miami is important as it celebrates their achievements, inspires future generations, preserves history, strengthens community bonds, and promotes diversity and inclusion. At this time, I would like to put this for a discussion, beginning with Dr. Etienne.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a great initiative. I just have a question related to the City Hall of Fame. I know the City of North Miami has such presentation they've done in the past. What if there's some women I see on the Hall of Fame? I wanted to know if there's any conflict between what the city's doing and what we would like to do as a commission before I can finish my statement.
So let's go through everyone, and then we'll, because
Yes.
we have mentioned several times concerning time, so
Yes.
I want to
No, I'm
make
good.
sure that
I just want my answer.
yes, we're
And then
gonna,
we're
we're
good.
gonna, Madam Filippo, if you could take down each question, and then we'll answer them one time.
Mhm.
Dr. Floymont?
It is beautiful, but I would like to have more. Oh, my mic, I'm sorry. Yeah, it would be amazing, but I think we have one, and by
The city.
no, not only the city, the Andre Pierre's wife. They have something like
Bernadette?
that. And yes, I don't. Yeah, they did something like that because one of my friend get an awards for it. So I don't know if it's the same thing, but it would be beautiful to have it. To collaborate with people that already have it in place. So for us to not. But
So I just want to be clear that this Hall of Fame
It's for the
will be
commission.
established
Only?
specifically by the Commission for Women to honor women that has contributed to the fabric of North Miami in its 98 years of existence. So this has
Okay.
nothing to do with any organization.
Mhm.
This is not a partnership with any organization or any individual who have done such an initiative. This is established specifically for the city, for women within the city, whether past or present. And this is totally separate from the city's Hall of Fame, which the person does not have to have necessarily contributed to the city of itself. This person could have contributed globally, and we recognize this individual. This particular Hall of Fame is for women only,
Mhm.
number
Okay.
one. Number two, it is for women that have specifically made a mark in the city of North Miami, and we want to not only identify it, but we want to be able to have it on record what this person contributed. Before, Dr. Etienne, before we come back to you, at this time we will have words from Dr. Magda.
I believe that it's a great initiative, and I think that it is important for us to acknowledge the work of women in our community, and so I think it's great.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Wolfgang Pierre?
Yeah, to piggyback on all of you who spoke prior to me, it is a great initiative. It is good to identify all these greatnesses out there. And I already envision putting their big picture in the museum that we have, the MOCA over there, when we will be planning this ceremony or celebration, if you want to call it that way. We could have something at the museum where their big portraits will serve as samples of greatness for those youngsters, the millennials, the Gen Zs, for them to see what women in North Miami have done. Because, as you know, our kids, our girls, our young adults, they need examples, good example, and this will be a good one for them to see and to follow.
Thank you so very much, Madame Guapierre. I mean, exactly what you expressed, those are my sentiments. I truly believe that we, as a Commission for Women, we have a responsibility to identify women that have made a mark in this city, because the girls and the young professionals that are here now, they need to see that. At this time, Dr. Katia Filippo, I'm going to give you the floor to please answer the question for Dr. Etienne.
I have a second question. I wanted to know, is it only for living, is it only for living or posthumous as well?
Good evening, Commission, through the chair. Yes, the city does have currently a Hall of Fame, Citizens Hall of Fame. The criteria, which actually was just revised, I think last meeting or 2 meetings ago, includes the guidelines that the elected officials have to vote to have someone nominated on the Hall of Fame. What I would have to do at this time is, because I know that this is a recommendation to Mayor and Council as far as creating a Hall of Fame, and I would imagine to have a physical location, although it would be ceremonial, but to have a physical location of the Hall of Fame, obviously would have to go through the city council and manager, but I would also need to confirm how that would be approached based on the current guidelines that the actual mayor and council have to follow when they have to appoint. Currently, those guidelines, like you mentioned, I would imagine we would have to create, the commission would have to create their own criteria as you're in your discussion, but they have their criteria as far as we just actually had it amended to include elected officials, not City of North Miami elected officials, for instance, because the old one that was created in 2014 included all elected officials, and that kind of deterred them from, a lot of other requirements or criteria. So those are one of the revisions that just occurred. So I would have to answer your question in short, would have to follow up with what that would entail as far as for the conflict with the city. But yes, the city does have a current guideline with appointing citizens to the Hall of Fame. But
Okay.
this would be creating a new or different type of Hall of Fame. So we would have to revisit that with the.
To the chair, are we including posthumous?
That's included in the guidelines.
Yes, I would like for that to be considered
Okay.
when we make those decisions, if
So we can,
council approve it.
so at this time, before we move forward, are there any questions? Okay, so once we have agreed that this is how we would like to move forward, then we will have on the agenda for the next meeting the criteria, and we will make sure we leave ample of time to do that so that everyone's voices is heard. At this time, I would like to put the motion on the floor to approve the proposed establishing a ceremonial Hall of Fame for women who have contributed to North Miami's history and have contributed to the fabric of North Miami. Madam Filippo, can we have a roll call?
I second the motion.
The motion was made by
The
chairwoman, Dr.
Second by
Natalie
Dr.
Lemire, and seconded by board member Dr. Marie Etienne. Board member Gampier, how do you vote?
Yes.
Board member Dr. Demerit, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Blamir, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Florma, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. Etienne, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. The motion passes with a 5-0 vote.
Okay, moving on to old business. Update on the Know Me Business Masterclass, ladies, 50 female startups. We have about $25,000 to raise. We have about $25,000 to raise, and we have been able to raise $2,000 at this time. I would like to take about 3 minutes for us to kind of come back to the table and rally around this initiative. Because if we do not actually make it a priority, we will not be able to fulfill this, what I believe is a great initiative that will have a great economic impact on the woman living in the city of North Miami. Dr. Etienne, please give us 1 or 2 ways that you believe we can move forward in raising this $23,000 balance.
To the chair, I believe the last time we met, we gave some suggestions. I'm not sure if you have them in the minutes. One of the suggestions that we had recommended was to reach out to the 2 chambers within the city, the North Miami Greater Chamber of Commerce, the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce of Florida. Those were the 2, and we also said to ask the mayor and council if they have any petty cash or funds that may be allocated to this. We also suggested to send letters to business owners within the city who see this as so important for women within the city who would also vested to help moving along this initiative. To my recollection, we're not a 501c3, organization where we are working with within the city, so any donation that is being given to this project has to go through the city. So whoever's watching who would like to support, we would, and we also said we would prepare a letter, do a campaign on it, and also request for ways we can maximize the raising of these funds.
Thank you, Dr. Etienne. You are absolutely right. This is what we discussed that we would do, and I do believe that you were assigned to be the person to follow up with the elected officials within the city.
I don't know if we had that conversation, Councilman.
I do believe we did have the conversation. Nevertheless, on the record, we will ask Dr. Etienne to please accept becoming our champion for this initiative, to please follow up with Katia Filippo on all letters that are to be mailed out, all communications with elected officials within the city, and the one thing you didn't mention is that we specifically asked for a letter to go out to the Miami-Dade County Mayor, Daniela Levine Cava. And so we're going to ask Dr. Etienne to please accept this responsibility as being our champion and working alongside Katia Filippo to make this happen.
Right. I think we had sidebars on this already. And so
Okay,
we'll
great.
just
Follow up.
So at the
Follow-up.
next meeting, you, if you can just present who the letters have gone out to, the conversations that have taken place, and if we've received any pledges, if you can bring that to the table. Thank you so very much. Okay, moving quickly, Madam Filippo, we requested a letter flyer for specifically to recruit interns and volunteers. Have communication been able to put that together?
So for the, for the monthly flyer, I followed up with our graphic designer, and as I mentioned last meeting, we'd like to ensure that we have the input directly from you, Madam Chair. So I was able to confirm her availability for Friday.
What time?
We can schedule it for 1 p.m. on Friday, because her schedule is open.
Okay, excellent. And then would we be able to discuss the letter or flyer?
The letterhead can also be discussed as, I do have, that's mostly for the flyer, because I know that a draft was provided, and I know there was a lot of input. But that would also include the letterhead. As I mentioned, I know last meeting there were some suggestions on how that can be corrected. So we'd like to just have one conversation and ensure that all the requested changes are made based on the recommendations. But as to the, I don't know if you wanted me to address the other thing.
Yeah, well, right now, since we have it in front of us, you can go over
So
the.
for instance, I have drafted a few things for you guys that are provided to you. So the letter of flyer to recruit interns and volunteers, I have a letter that is here to send out. It starts with "to whom it may concern." That is a letter that was prepared to share with the universities and or colleges to recruit for participation and volunteer or internship opportunity for the Commission for Women. I will also send that via email to you individually to review and provide your feedback. I think that since this was already something that was given as a directive, it just needs to just get your feedback, and then we can have that move along.
Excellent.
The next item that was also requested is our letters to community stakeholders. There are a list of stakeholders that were also advised as far as HOAs, Women in Business, other commission women, State of Florida, the different 34 municipalities, Miami-Dade County, Women's History Coalition of Miami-Dade County, Women's Fund, and Women's Club of Miami-Dade County. So there is also there for your review a draft of a letter to community stakeholder. This will also be emailed to you for your review, and feedback can be provided via email, and then they can be sent out on your behalf through the Commission for Women email upon review and update. And As regards to the business cards, a follow-up was sent to the graphic designer immediately after following the last meeting. As advised, we did have a few challenges the past few weeks, especially last week. So I did send a follow-up today. So I hope after the holiday tomorrow, we can provide you the update on the business cards and order, and maybe by next meeting, you will have your cards with you. And then also for the social media accounts, we do have the Nomi Women. At Nomi Women was the handle, if I'm not mistaken. I know that was provided in the email.
At Nomi Woman, correct.
And so that was also sent to our communications department to follow up and ensure that those were secured since they were available. And so we just to have those included on your business cards and all the other social media handles. Professional headshots, I did receive a few. I know I got from board member Grandpierre and Dr. Etienne, but I am missing a few other members other than the two that I just mentioned. So if you can have that shared with me, then I can follow up with our IT department to ensure that the Commissioner for Women page is updated with that. And then apparel, I think that we do have a vendor that the city works with. Would have to just look into what is it that you guys are looking to purchase, share that, and then place the order, and then, you know, obviously discuss that as they become available.
Okay, great.
And lastly is the web page. I know that is to update. We do have the email there. We don't have a phone number because we don't actually have a number connected to the actual board, but we can have it for the mayor and council's office as the liaison at this time until a permanent liaison person is appointed. And the description and mission statement, there was one forwarded or provided to you guys, because I know at last meeting there was a request for a mission statement and slogan. So that also that draft is also provided to you while you guys are seated at the dais for review. I believe that's all of my updates for the administrative requests.
Beautiful.
Thank you so very much. At this time, I'm going to open the floor for brief discussion on apparel. What would we like to order? Are we ordering collar polos or T-shirts? We will begin with Dr. Etienne.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think the professional look would be considered to have polo shirts. As far as for colors, we have, if we can stick to the colors of the brand, I think that would be great. If we have a white with the logo, a plain white polo shirt with the logo, or you know, I'll hear what the other commissioners have to suggest, but my recommendation would be a polo shirt with the logo embroidery in it.
Okay, Dr. Fleurmont.
Yes, I will. Like we have the on the short sleeve shirt and a polo T-shirt, so that will help. Like when we go into a casual event, we wear the polo. When we go into a formal event, we can wear the professional, like a long or short
Cotton?
sleeve. Yeah, cotton. That would look very professional.
So
And
you're
then the-
requesting both.
Yes, because there's some event you don't have to wear, the professional. You don't have to have the professional look. You can be casual, and so we have both. That will help. And then white, it's a very nice color because we have a 2-color logo. So I think the professional graphic can give us what is the best color that will match our logo. So whatever color that the professional picks, that would be good with me.
Okay, Dr. Magda.
I agree. I would like to see us with polos and also long sleeve, nice dress shirts. I guess it's the official name of it is what? What is it? Cardigan? I don't know. But nice dress shirts that we can wear in an official capacity when we're doing or going to represent the commission at certain events, and then in less casual atmospheres, we can do a polo.
Okay, Dr. Woscampier.
Same here, two different size, I mean, not size, but the polo and the long sleeves, of course. White would be preferable. And then the logo embody on the probably right or left side.
Okay,
Left side.
so we have polos and we have t-shirts.
Yeah.
Right now, I do believe, due to lack of
Budget.
funding
Trends.
and budget constraints, we can choose one for now. We can choose one color for now and move forward.
Mm.
If I may, Madam Chair, I think they are not that expensive because I do those things a lot. So since we are commissioners, we know we don't have money. Can we sponsor, like, among us, like private, we sponsor, like, let's say the city provide one to our budget, and then we collected, we provide one. Because I think when I purchase from sources, they cost me like $21, like total, between the logo and the shirt.
Mhm.
So I have a good vendor. She's very good, and I think she may. If we have the shirts, I can ask her if she wants to sponsor putting the logo, but she will put the logo for me $5 per shirt. If you guys want to do the professional shirt.
So what I would like to do is to get, since the city already has a vendor that has been working with us, to see what price they're willing to offer us.
Mhm.
And with the polo, are we saying short sleeve or long sleeve?
It's up to you.
Polo would
Polo
be
shirt.
short sleeves. I do have another recommendation for us to consider. The long, if, there are two colors that I envision. There's a green, is that a green?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that light green. If we have that light green color, shirt with the logo, that's another suggestion. Whether we have to decide whether we want the white. All of us make a vote on that, or do we want this nice, pretty, light green?
Through the chair, can I make just a follow-up? What I can do is contact our vendor and get quotes and just share that with
Yeah.
just what polo, long sleeve, white
Mhm.
colors, and just share that information so you guys have a better idea on how to move.
Can they
with
give
that.
us a sample
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, a mock-up.
the color?
Backup, yeah. Mhm.
the
Yeah,
light
mock-up
green?
of the, yes. Can
And
I, that's the suggestion I would make, and I can share that information.
And
And-
then ask. Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Dr. Verma.
And ask the professional what is the best color that will match our logo, because sometimes for personal use, I always when I give my logo, they said no, this color doesn't match. It's preferable you choose that color. They're very good on that. So if you can suggest us like 2-3 different colors, that would be good too.
Okay, just for specifics, our colors are green, pink, and white. So we will stick to those 3 colors and wait for the option. At this time,
Pink? Is that a
No,
pink?
That's
it's
a
pink.
purple.
Oh, it looks like It
Purple.
looks like a
That's
purple.
Is that purple? Okay.
Mhm.
So purple,
The color of the
mint
commission.
green,
I like the mint.
and white.
Mhm.
Okay, so at this time, we are all in agreement to get short sleeve polo shirts
Mhm.
for the commission. And Madame Filippo will advise us on what the cost will be. And then, once we obtain those polo shirts, we can move on to T-shirts and any other gear that we would like at another time. Okay, great. Next on the agenda, okay, great. So during the conference, we truly saw the impact of what fitness can do for us as women and how much we need it. And so today, as chairwoman of the commission, I am thrilled to present the Get Fit Know Me initiative aimed at promoting health and wellness within our community. This initiative seeks to engage residents of all ages in regular physical activity while fostering a sense of community and togetherness. The primary objective of the Get Fit Know Me initiative is to encourage healthy lifestyles through regular exercise. We heard Madame Rose Grandpierre talked about going to the gym 4 times a week, although many of us may not be able to obtain that, but we definitely can come together at least once a month to do so. So by offering weekly fitness sessions, we aim to instill habits that promote physical and mental well-being among our residents. This initiative would be here at the city, and we would like to make it a family affair. As a woman, you know that any initiative that you take on, a lot of the times you have to look for babysitter, you have to look for someone to take care of the kids. We want to make it a family affair. Not only are we inviting all of the city, the women in the city of North Miami, but we're inviting them to bring the kids and to bring their spouses along. And so we would provide a fitness coach for the adults and the children in groups settings right here in Mocha Plaza, starting once a week on Saturday mornings at 7:45. I think that would give us a great opportunity to engage in fitness and do it at a time where not only are the children not in school, but the parents and the family can all do it together. This would obviously be the first time that we're doing something of such, and so I would like to propose to try it out for a 4 to 6 week time to see how it works out, and what is the feedback and what is the impact for the city of North Miami. As I mentioned, the location would be Mocha Plaza, which would serve as the venue because we don't have to worry about identifying a location. We know that space would be available to do it. It would be family orientated. And I think the value is definitely the children's trainer, because even as a parent myself, I know a lot of the time we're watching what our children are eating. We're not necessarily giving them an opportunity to exercise, but given the opportunity to do so, we would welcome it. Last but not least, each session would consist of a variety of exercises suitable for all fitness levels, including cardio, strength training, and flexibility exercises. So no one has to feel as if I'm not at that space yet. Everyone will find that when they come, no matter where they are in their fitness journey, they can participate. In conclusion, the Get Fit Know initiative embodies our commitment to promoting a healthy and active lifestyle within the city of North Miami by providing accessible fitness opportunities for residents of all ages. We aim to empower individuals and families to prioritize their health and well-being. We look forward to the support and participation of the entire community. I did want to do a presentation. Unfortunately, the trainer was not able to be here, but I did not want to not present this before the board. At this time, we will yield the floor to Dr. Etienne. Please share your thoughts concerning this proposed initiative.
Well, you asked the right question, Madam Chair, because I'm in the healthcare arena, and I think it's based on the survey that was collected by this commission. Thank you, Dr. Demerit. I have to recall you reviewed the data. We did a survey, and we noticed that mental health and heart disease was a priority. And so I think this initiative is worthy. We need to, I would support it. My only suggestion, 7 o'clock in the morning is too early on a Saturday for parents, especially if the children go to school. They used to go to school 5 days a week, wake up early to get to school. So maybe if we can push it a little bit later than 7 in the morning, 7:30. Do it like maybe 8:30 or 9. I think that would be most appropriate. But I do support the initiative.
Thank you, Dr. Etienne. Dr. Florimont?
Oh, yes, because the day of the conference, I take the time to talk to David David about it. Ask him the possibility for him to come and then do it in the city. Though my first question, I said, do we have to pay? He said, yes. I said, if we have to pay, please give us a reasonable price because it's going to be a contract toward the year. We don't have the money. We have to collect the money for you. I also talked to the DJ because it was very good. So if the DJ can join us. During the event, we had a woman. She was specialized in kids activity. I already talked to her, and then I asked her if we have a wellness event, exercise, are you going to be able to work with the kids so parent doesn't have to leave their kids at home? She said yes, she will contribute it to that. So it was the work that I was doing behind, but I mentioned it to you, asking questions and see how we can collaborate to do it once a month and not every week because it's going to be a little bit tired and we're not going to have enough money to do it every week, but it will be very good because wellness, it's our priority in the city since as a professional in healthcare, and then I start the work, I support it 2,400%. So
Thank
that's
you,
a yes for me.
Thank you, Dr. Florimond. Magda?
Okay, so yes, I do agree with Board Member Etienne about the time. I do think 7:45 is quite early, especially for parents or with young children. So I think we can revisit that. I think we would need to revisit age of the children because children range from birth to 18, right? And there are very different dynamics in those age groups. So we would need to identify the age range to make sure that it's appropriate. And then costs, absolutely.
Mhm.
Cost is a concern for me. I would like to know what it would cost us and how would we pay for it. As far as frequency is concerned, it's been my experience being a mental health provider, right? Knowing that regular sessions, whether it's mental health, whether it's exercise, these are the things that yield the best results. So I don't know that once a month would be enough to
No.
yield-
Once a week. That's what I propose. Once a week.
No, I know, but
Oh, okay.
Board Member Florimond mentioned maybe once a month would be more reasonable financially. So what I'm saying is I don't know that that would be enough, but I do know weekly would put a strain. So it just depends on our funding, what we have available, and what would be reasonable for our citizens. But overall, I like the initiative, and I think it would be well and do well for our citizens.
Thank you, Vice Chair Rose Grand-Pierre.
Yeah.
I echo what you said. It's a great initiative, and the concerns, it's also the same the concerns are also the same for me in terms of budget first, the number of time that we will be doing it, the location we already have it, of course, the group age is very important. And since I am quite very active in the community, and I noticed that sometimes, like for example, the bike ride, where it is a great event, only once a month. However, sometimes it is a pain to have people come to participate. So therefore, we would have to go probably knock at doors to have people coming out. But in a nutshell, it's great as long as we can secure the money so that we don't start and then stop at the end for lack of funds.
Thank you so very much, Commissioner Rose. At this time, I put on the motion on the floor to approve the Get Fit Know Me initiative, where we would meet at a time to be determined at a later date, a weekly Saturday initiative where women, children, and extended families can meet here at MOCA and participate in a 1-hour fitness program. The motion is on the floor.
I second the motion, Maite.
I have a motion by Chairwoman Lemire, seconded by Board Member Dr. Etienne. Dr. Fleury, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Dr. Bloomer, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Etienne, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Dr. Demerit, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Gampier, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Yes. The motion passes with 5-0.
At this time, we will ask for Vice Woman Magda Demerit to collaborate with David St. Louis, owner of Kingdom Performance, for the specifics on a 4-week program, which would include a fitness instructor for the adults and for the children that we will identify the age group for at a later date. Thank you. Okay, ladies. At this time,
What's the due date? What's the beginning date of this initiative?
To be determined.
Dr. Etienne, thank you. I prefer to ask that the feedback to price, budget, the age group, and the DJ be done by next week, Friday, the 28th. I think it's very important that we put time and dates to things as opposed to be determined, because
To confirm, I am following up with David but not the DJ. Who's following up with the DJ?
Dr. Florimond, if you can please, speak to the DJ. So we're looking for a 4-week.
And then if we have younger children like 4, 2, 3, 4, maybe their parents want to come, but those kids not gonna want to exercise. Like the woman that I spoke with, she is doing activities with kids, like youngers.
So we
So
will
can-
allow the child fitness coach to identify what is the best activity. The whole purpose of including the kids is so that women with children don't feel as if I can't be a part, because what am I going to do with my kids? I personally, during COVID, took my son to JCC in the parking lot and worked out with a fitness trainer who realized what was happening during COVID and created a space for us. And I kid you not, there were women with strollers. Like the baby was literally in a stroller sleeping, and they were constantly looking at them to make sure that they were okay, but they did not want to miss the opportunity to take care of themselves. And so we want to be flexible, we want to be inclusive, and we want to create a space where every woman who lives in the city who wants to get fit, and even the employees, they see the opportunity that, okay, this is my chance, I'm going to take it.
The employee
Madam
doesn't have a wellness.
We do. Yes,
Okay,
we
yeah,
do.
they do
During the
have-
week.
Yes.
Like Zumba, Pilates.
Mhm.
stuff
I
like
met the coach
that. Mhm.
when we were looking for speakers for the conference. I met her, but I would love to have that young lady. I have to look for her card so she can, because I invited David to this meeting, also the DJ, but I didn't confirm with them. So I would look for her card to invite her to see, because she says she will volunteer her time. So if she's volunteer at least for a month, so we have enough room to raise money, maybe to pay her for the next one. If we have kids that will need face painting, little kids, that will
So
help.
what you would do is, so just to be clear, Dr. Magda will work on the coaches, both for the adults and the children, if you can pass her number over to her. And then Dr. Florimond, you would take care of the DJ with us. Please, by the 28th, provide a budget for him to do the music for 1 hour, understanding that there is at least a 30-minute or 20-minute setup so that we can start on time and that we can end on time. Okay, ladies, any other questions concerning this initiative? All right, so we are now,
I apologize, Madam Chair. I also want to include, because I didn't hear anyone mention about the waiver and that participation when it comes, and I'm sure the coaches will probably have
yes.
that. But I'm also thinking on the city side, since it would be Mocha Plaza, which is the public location, because even for the bike ride, like Board Member Gampier mentioned, you know, it is a city event, and I don't know the approach, so I guess when we get the numbers, we'll figure out and confirm exactly
Perfect.
how we're approaching that.
okay,
Because they
perfect.
have to sign waivers, and we have a staff that comes that time to
Just
do
to
it.
do that.
Mhm.
Excellent,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
so very
So
much.
I just wanted to include that, so
Yes.
you guys also understand and know what that would probably entail on the city
Excellent.
side.
And Madam Filippo, if we can have a flyer prepared to promote the Get Fit Know Me initiative by the 28th, so that we can not lag behind and begin.
Chairwoman, you don't want to wait for the prize first because
Well, the price has nothing to do with, this is the thing why we lag behind with flyers and things like that. You need to have a flyer in place because we're not putting the price on the flyer. The constituents and the residents are not paying for that. So actually having a flyer in place so that all of the corrections that everyone wants to make on the flyer will be prepared, so that once we have all our budget together and we approve it, we're not talking about flyers. That is already taken care of. So let's get the ball rolling on that now, so that we can have a flyer ready to go. And once Vice Chair Magda has that prepared, once she presents it, we're ready to go. You know, I know that I have a different style of leadership that not everyone can embrace, and maybe at times it can be intense. So publicly, I want to say to everyone that my heart is in the right place. I am here not to serve myself. I am here to serve every single woman that lives in the city of North Miami to the best of my capability. I frown upon mediocrity. I just do. I just do. Because I just believe that when you're giving, you give your absolute best. Because there are times that you're not going to be able to give your best. But if you're consistent in giving your best, at times when you cannot, people will understand. And so publicly, I want to say, if anyone feels slighted or feel misunderstood by me, I apologize, because that is not what I'm here to do. I am here to serve. I am a leader that holds people accountable. If we say we're going to do something on the 15th, by God, by the 14th, we need to be ready for the 15th. That's just the type of person that I am. It doesn't mean that I'm not willing to listen or hear from others or hear your concerns. Absolutely. We are only as good as the collective. However, the collective needs to be on one mission, on one focus, and that is delivering for the people. With that said,
Madam Chair.
I know that there is, one second. With that said, I know that there is a concern with length of time for meetings. So at this time, I am going to give the floor over to Madam Filippo to give us a brief overview, because I've been here for about 3.5 years now serving on boards, and that has never been something that came up. And so I just quickly want to give her the opportunity to address that as we move forward. And Madame Woods-Gampier, you will have the floor next.
So there, just to follow back on what Madam Chair is saying, there isn't an actual time limit or time frame on meetings. It is to the will of the council, but at the same time, based on how they go through the proposed agenda. So I know the request is, and I guess that's just formality, but it is to know that if there's an actual time limit or time frame for meetings.
And so with that said, it is.
And I would like to also add, maybe proposing if the time of the meetings taking place would probably be a proposal on how, the time that the meetings take place, which is, I know it's at 7 p.m. But I also know that since it is every third Wednesday as the identified time that we have for the board, on Tuesday, I apologize. I also know that the youth council have their meetings prior to the Commission for Women. We can just verify what time their meetings occur, but then they don't have a time limit on their time, or frame. So just wanted to say that.
So are we all good on 7 o'clock, or do we want to move the meeting earlier?
I think 7 o'clock is fine.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, and now we all understand that it will be my full responsibility to go through the agenda, giving everybody equal amount of time to share their thoughts, their ideas, and for us to come to a consensus. But that does not mean that the meetings will be exactly 60 minutes, although that will be what I will attempt to do. If we have an agenda that is longer than 60 minutes, that is what we have. Now, at any point in time during the meeting, a commissioner can ask to please move an item to the next meeting, understanding that every time we move something to the next meeting, it just makes the next meeting longer. Now, for the last item of this evening, I am proposing a Commission for Women retreat.
You mentioned
before
that
we
Rose
move-
Grand would have the floor?
Yes, I
Yes.
did. Thank you so very much, Vice Chair. Yes, Madam Wiska.
Allow me to remind us that we are in June and it is the Caribbean American Heritage Month. If you would like to present or to wish the community, the Caribbean American community, your
Go right ahead.
no, go ahead, please.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Rose.
Well,
You nailed it. You brought it up. Go right ahead. You have the floor.
I would like to suggest that maybe we wait for announcements for that portion so that we can complete the agenda, and then we will do that in announcements. Would that be okay?
Fine. What?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Can
So-
I, before you jump to the next, can I just add something about the meeting time? Like, I think that we are a board of commission. So me personally, I work. So I have to come here after work. So and I have school after work, I have school. So 1 hour meeting for us, we will, if we manage the time, like if we're supposed to, like if in 1 hour, we will discuss 5 items, let's put 5 items in the agenda. Because when we stay here after, 2-3 hours, for what reason, and then we can discuss this, we can discuss the same, we can put it in the next meeting, it will be good, because let's say, for example, Katia, she is a mother of a young daughter, come here from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Her daughter may be in babysitting, she's paying for that, so it's not good for the staff on the audio. It's not good for the staff too, because they've been working more than 12 hours. So let's reduce the hours of the meeting. The meeting's supposed to be 1 hour, not only for us, for the staff, for the city staff, because they have to go home. Me, after work, I'm tired. I cannot be sit down discussing 20,000 things that we're not gonna do them right away. Let's focus on the item that we're working on. Like, for example, we're gonna work on the business summit. This is something important to put in the agenda. We want David to start in December, and let's say in July. This is something we put in the agenda because it's something that we're gonna work on right now. But putting something in the agenda that we're gonna work on maybe in 3, 4, 6 months can wait for the next meeting agenda, so we can avoid the city paying those, not only paying the overtime, but to have those people to go home and rest with their family. And they have to come back working in the morning. I don't know if you all agree, but this is my point of view on having the meeting more than 8 hours. More than 1 hour, I'm sorry.
Madam Chair.
So we just want to be clear, there is no 1 hour meeting. That is not how the boards function. The board has an agenda that is set by the chief of staff along with the chair or the vice chair. And that is the agenda for the meeting. And the responsibility of the chairwoman is to go through that agenda. If at any point in time their meeting is going beyond time and that agenda is not completed, any commissioner at that point in time can request for an item to be put into a next meeting. The idea is to complete an agenda because this agenda is specific to moving the vision and the mission of the board forward. I don't want to belabor the hour. I wanted to clearly communicate that there is not a 1 hour meeting. It is about the agenda of the board on a monthly basis. What is on the agenda for this month? If the agenda has 10 items, it will have 10 items. If we cannot go through the 10 items in one sitting, then any commissioner can then ask, can we please move this 2 items to the next meeting? And we understand that the following month will have its own set of agenda, inclusive of the last 2 items that we're moving forward. I just wanted to be clear about that. As we move forward, before we go on to public hearing, I would like to propose a Commission for Women retreat.
Can we move like that item for the next meeting because it's 8:17? I have to go home.
I
Because-
would like
yeah.
to propose a CFW retreat for the weekend of August 23rd to 24th.
To the chair.
All in favor of having a retreat, say aye. If we do not want to have a retreat, then we can move forward. It is a 1-minute question. It doesn't
But we
take.
will need more detail about the retreat.
Right now, it's not to discuss the details about the retreat. Are we open to having a retreat for a Friday that leads into a Saturday to discuss the overall vision of the commission? Yes or no?
To the chair.
Dr. Etienne?
I support the idea of having a retreat.
Thank you. Dr. Fleurimont?
I will need more details, so I will wait for next meeting.
Thank you. Dr. Magda?
I support the idea.
Commissioner Rose?
Can we tap this for next meeting, please?
Commissioner Rose, it's the question, are you in support of it so that we can put it on the next meeting? If we are not in support of it, there will not be a reason to put it on the agenda. Are you in support of it, yes or no?
No.
Thank you so very much. And so, can you do the roll call for the retreat?
Dr. Etienne, how do you vote on the retreat for Commissioner
Proposed
Froman?
retreat.
Proposed retreat.
I vote yes.
Dr. Florimont?
I will, no, I'm not voting yes for
Doctor-
it. No.
Okay, thank you. Chairwoman Blemire?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Demerit, sorry.
Yes.
And Board Member Grandpierre.
No.
Okay, so it passes with a 3-2 vote.
On our next meeting, we will propose the specifics for the retreat that is proposed for August 23rd through the 24th. At this time, public hearing is now open.
I do have something to say.
I-
I don't know if that's part of the public hearing, but it's a concern. My concern is that I want Madam Chair and everybody to know that every person leads. When they're in a post, they lead differently, and that's expected. And so I don't expect for you to lead exactly the way I led. But I think all of us are sitting here because we're appointed in good faith that we will take responsibility for our actions. So therefore, we all are here to serve the people of the city of North Miami. So I don't think there's any question, no doubt about that. I think communication is key, how we communicate with each other, how we convey ideas is extremely important. So therefore, I don't feel that you need to come in the front of the public to apologize. I think if something is not right and a member has discussed it, and I think you just need to address it and move on. But to go publicly and say, okay, I'm here because everybody's here because they care about the work that we've been appointed to do. That's all I wanted to say.
Dr. Florimond?
Okay, no, I don't have nothing to say now. Oh, Dr. Was we have a special, Chairwoman has a special presentation, but we won't go. No, come to the special presentation.
Dr. Magda, anything else?
I wanted to know, when does the city go on the break, recess?
So it starts July 10th to August 26th.
Okay, so we're on recess as of today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To August when?
August 26th.
July.
July 10th.
Right, but we just had a meeting.
Oh, yes.
So no July meeting, no
So there's
August
no
meeting.
July meeting, no
No
August
August
meeting. That's what I'm
meeting, is
saying.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I would,
Is that correct?
I think so. I mean,
So what we will do is we will ask
yeah, I can
Um,
verify.
Like we did last year.
Katia Filippo, please verify that. Everyone received a proposed mission statement. Please hold that with you and to review for our next meeting.
We come back in September? Is that what you're saying?
She,
No, I know that because I have
Dr.
the notes
Etienne,
from last year.
Oh, actually, that.
I
Katia
have the
Philippe-
agendas
Dr.
that we did
Katia-
not meet during the summer. So I just want to make sure that we're consistently, when
So-
they're off, we off.
Okay,
So,
correct. So we're off, like I mentioned.
Katia, if you can just please send us that via email.
I will.
Thank you so very
No
much.
problem.
Okay, public hearing is now closed. Questions and answers, we do not have any questions. I think we've gone through our entire agenda. At this time, we would like to do a special presentation, certification of appreciation. North Miami recognizes Mark Philippe Auguste. The city of North Miami recognizes Mark Philippe Auguste for your dedication and commitment to being a great example of a leader in your home and in the community,
Yes.
as well as your unwavering support to your wife, Dr. Marie-O
Yes.
Etienne, a board member of the North Miami Commission for Women, in your 30 years of marriage, presented this 18th day of June 2024.
Oh, my
We
God.
want to say to Dr. Etienne and her husband,
Congratulations.
Mark Philippe Auguste, congratulations.
Happy
on
anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Congratulations on 30 years of marriage as a woman who not only serves as a professional, as a professor, but you have given yourself up to public service in many ways, from the state of Florida all the way down here in the city of North Miami. And we know that, and I know firsthand as a married woman, the only way that you can possibly
Mhm.
do such work is if your husband is
Not
in line with your vision and your
That's right.
desire to serve the community. So on behalf of the North Miami Commission for Women, please share with him our sentiments, our congratulatory sentiments for this great 30-year milestone. Let him know that we
Mhm.
appreciate him standing with you and continuing to serve, and we acknowledge Dr. Florimond for this initiative. I think that it was well-deserved, and thank you so very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. This is a surprise. On behalf of my husband, Mark Arthur Philippe Auguste, I want to say thank you for this honor. This is the first. This is the first in the city, so I think it's great, and I will make sure he gets it. And the last time I remember he was recognized was by Hannah way back, and because of the work we do. But thank you very much, and it's a good thing I didn't have to rush today because they call him to go to work, so he has to work, so he's on duty. So that's why but we celebrated over the weekend, which was wonderful, so, yeah.
At this time, Commissioners, do we have any announcements?
I do. June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and just to let everybody know that being that I'm the president and CEO for Global Innovative Foundation, which is a nonprofit, we are doing a live on Facebook tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Juneteenth. Juneteenth celebration tomorrow is about freedom. How can we be free if we're in bondage with gun violence, if we're tied to? So we want to, while we commemorate the beautiful day, we also want to recognize that it's important for us to have a roundtable discussion on gun violence. And we also want to save the date for August 17th, which will be the 3rd annual Gun Violence Awareness and Prevention Summit, sponsored by Commissioner Marlene Bastien. Thank you.
Dr. Flournoy, announcements?
No, no announcement.
Vice Chair Demerit, any
Yes, so
announcements?
in lieu of Rose's absence, I'll just go ahead and make sure we acknowledge that it is American Heritage Month, so we celebrate with all of our Caribbean brothers and sisters in the diaspora. It is also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
So please support our men in the community, refer them, talk to them, let them know that it's nothing wrong with getting some help to support them in the things that they do in our communities.
Okay, last but not least, for announcement, celebrating Juneteenth and Black Music Month, here in the city of North Miami, there's an outdoor event, rain or shine. It is happening tonight, June 18th, and tomorrow, June 19th. And so for those that are listening, it is happening at Griffin Park, Northeast 123rd Street and Griffin Boulevard. Again, it is tonight from 8 to 10, and then tomorrow all day. So come out for food, fun, and fellowship with the entire family in celebrating Juneteenth. At this time,
Madam Chair, one last thing. I just wanted to say thank you to the City of North Miami Mayor and Council for being diligent in helping the City of North Miami during the last few days of rain that affected several homes. And I also saw you at work as a commissioner. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who volunteered to knock on doors, provide free meals and support. And I also saw Commissioner Marlene Bastien and the mayor of Daniela Levine Cava from Miami-Dade County. I just wanted to say kudos. Well, thank you to them for stepping up and helping the residents of the city during that crisis. Thank you.
thank you so very much, Dr. Etienne. At this time, I move to adjourn.